hope you can make... Once you collect everything...
Yes?
Remember telling me about your family?
I do, but I don't have family anymore. Like I told you, my darling Clove just ran away. What? Clove? Clove, is that really you? It is! Where have you been? I thought you were dead! I'm so glad you're back safe and sound. I am never ever letting you out of my sight again.
I feel like I'm getting my reward at last. These last few decades haven't been easy, but I'm glad now that I stayed with the doctor.
Hey, I've been here at Canopus Farms from the very beginning. I was one of the people who cleared the ground and laid the first stones. I know everyone in the village, and what drove them to settle here. Perhaps if you ask, they might share their stories with you.
It won't be long now. Just a little more nursing. You're almost there.
Hello there. Thank you very much.
Hey there!
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Another disaster! Those woolly-headed ovine have done it again! What goes on in those tiny heads of theirs? Why do they do this?
Sounds like you have more sheep trouble.
I'd say I do! The fuzzy sheep have effected a mass escape! Every single one of them gone!
Doctor, you must calm down.
What? Oh, sorry. You could hear me from over there?
They could hear you back in Luxarian, I'd say.
Oh, it's just I'm so upset. This young lady is Millie, a good friend of mine. Now, Millie, did you need something?
Nothing. It's just that, well, I think I know why the sheep ran away.
You do? Pray tell.
Last night, I heard some kind of ruckus around the pens. I couldn't tell what it was, but I'm thinking it must have put the sheep into a panic. Maybe it was some kind of monster, and it tried to get at the sheep.
I see. So the sheep were terrorized by the occurrences of the night. Something reminded them of it, and they bolted en masse. Well, that certainly would explain their behavior. But I'm no closer to getting them back. It is near impossible to herd a whole flock of panicked sheep. The only thing that could drive them back is something bigger and scarier than what they saw in the night. Something like a chocobo.
Why don't you take a look at my wares?
Yule's flowers are still blooming here.
Some sheep ran that away. I hope they're okay. I mean, what if a monster catches their scent?
I tell you, I have never seen fruit like that before.
Words are not enough to express the depth of my gratitude, but thank you.
Don't lose him again.
Indeed, that mystery remains unsolved. Why did they flee in the first place? Millie suggested that a monster put a scare into them. She's nowhere to be seen. That's not like her.
Things to do, maybe?
Yes, perhaps, but I'm a bit worried. She seems a little troubled in recent days.
If I see her, I'll talk to her.
I'd be grateful if you did. Ah, I almost forgot the most important thing of all. I must present you with your just reward. Perhaps this means nothing, but do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? I do.
What was I thinking? I'm a fool.
What are you talking about?
Well... All right, I'll confess. It was me who did it. I was the one who made all the sheep run away like that. There was no monster. There never was. In the dead of night, I saddled up a chocobo and rode around the pens, whooping and shouting.
And that's what panicked the sheep? But why would you do that?
Well, it's complicated. You see, I really wanted to give Dr. Sheep a reason to talk to you.
So that's what this has been all about. Wouldn't it have been easier to just introduce us, like normal people do?
He's been excited ever since he heard about your arrival in the Wildlands. But he's terribly shy, the doctor. He'd never be able to just approach a stranger, no matter how much I prodded him. Not in normal circumstances, it just wasn't going to happen, so I came up with a plan. I had to make him desperate enough that he'd totally need your help. Then he'd have to talk to you.
So you chased away all the sheep. That threw the doctor into a total panic. You figured that in his desperation, he'd forget his shyness and talk to me.
It does sound crazy looking back on it, but it worked. Except that since then, the sheep have been incredibly nervous and high-strung. Any little thing is enough to set them off stampeding out of their pens and into the wilderness.
Cannot be good for them.
I know, I feel terrible about the whole thing. All I wanted to do was help the doctor, but instead I've made him worried sick. Not to mention, years of research almost went down the toilet.
If you're really sorry, you should tell the doctor what you did.
No, I couldn't. What if he ended up hating me?
If you don't, he's gonna keep worrying about what scared his sheep in the first place. Are you okay with that? You care for each other, don't you? Then tell him the truth.
Care for each other? What do you mean? That is to say, yes, we do, but...
You said it yourself. He's a very shy man, but he talks to you easily enough. Seems to me he thinks of you as something more than just a colleague. Just talk to him. He'll understand.
All right, I will. Thank you so much. You've been so kind to me, despite all the trouble I caused you.
Yes, can I help you? Do you think I talk too much? Don't worry, I don't mind if you do. You wouldn't be the first to say so. I mean, it's not like I don't know. When I first found out that people thought I talked too much, I clamped right up and didn't say a word for ages. But when I did that, everyone stopped smiling. Now maybe I'm reading things wrong. Maybe people aren't smiling when I talk. Maybe they're grimacing in pain. But that's okay. I like talking, and that's good enough for me.
What's done is done. Judgment has been delivered.
Damn it. A rampaging chocobo eater has been spotted in the Wildlands. For the hunters of Yagd, there is no greater menace. You can probably guess from its name, but that damned beast eats chocobos. Our steeds aren't safe while it's around. We're hunters, and well used to fighting ferocious beasts, but the chocobo eater is too much for us to handle. We have to protect our chocobos, somehow.
Welcome. Do you need a cure?
I ran across a man in Polta who was calling out your name. He seemed ill. I don't suppose you know him.
What? You ran into Taylor? He was in a bad state, wasn't he? Remember the medicine I had you gather ingredients for? I didn't tell you, but it's for him.
You haven't given it to him?
Not yet, but I have a reason. You see, the problem with this medicine is that it only works immediately after it's been concocted. I thought of heading to Polta with the ingredients and brewing it there, but unfortunately the village doesn't have the facilities or equipment I need.
So you're saying that you can only make it here, but at the same time he needs to take it soon after it's made. If you want, it's definitely worth giving it a shot. I might make it in time on my chocobo.
What? You would do that for me?
I can't promise I'll get there fast enough, but if you're willing to try, so am I. Can you mix up a batch now?
Of course I can. If you'll just give me a minute, I'll prepare some right away. I'll bet my reputation that I can fix that curse.
Curse? I thought he had some kind of illness.
It's a curse.
There's something special about that. This here.
Okay. I will fight evil. Evil must be vanquished.
Stands on sacred ground. Here, we can be close to our goddess.
Who are you?
Cardesia sent me. Here, she brewed this for you.
Did you say Cardesia? Oh, finally. I can say goodbye to this cursed life. You don't know how relieved I am.
Just hush and drink it down.
Please, can you tip it toward my mouth so I might have a sip? The goddess is waiting for me.
What do you mean?
Never mind that. Please, I just need a little taste. I've been waiting so long for this. What? Oh, why am I still alive? Is this not poison?
Poison? No, it's medicine.
She didn't tell you anything, did she? Cardesia has felt nothing but hatred toward me all these years. And why wouldn't she? I killed the love of her life. So I told her, if she ever wanted to have her revenge, all she would need to do is to conjure up some poisonous brew and hand it to me. When you approached me with the concoction, I thought it was finally my time to die. If taste could kill, I'd be dead in a second. But this poison has no effect on me. She must be losing her touch.
Why are you so convinced that she was trying to poison you? Maybe the medicine is what she said it was, something to lift the curse from you.
Nope, no way. I've lived a long, long life. There's no way Cardesia would help me see more days. Not after what I did to her. Or perhaps her plan isn't to kill me, but to keep me alive so I can live with the guilt of my deeds. What do you think?
How would I know? All I can say is this. After taking her medicine, you're looking less pale. You seem to be breathing a lot easier, and your pain has gone. Am I wrong?
Huh? Well, now that you mention it... I wish I knew what was going on inside her head. Why would she forgive me? I killed someone she loved. I thought that drinking this concoction would put us both out of our misery. It was supposed to kill me and bring her peace, knowing she had avenged his death.
If you really want to die, no one's stopping you. But you're still here, which would suggest to me there must have been a reason for you to keep going. You've spent years with this burden of a curse. It must have been harder to live than die, but you did choose life. Maybe you were hoping Cardesia would try to kill you. That way you'd escape the pain. But not only that, you'd be free of your guilt. And that would be the only way that she could forgive you. But things have changed. She let you live with the pain, but now she's saved you. I think that means she's letting go of the past.
That's not possible. How could she? Oh, what have I done? Cardesia, my old friend, will you ever be able to forgive me? I beg of you.
Tell me, traveler, where did you come from? I sense something in you. A kind of strange power. Everyone who lives in this village worships the goddess Etro. Here, we are closer to her sacred presence than anyone else in the world. One day we shall leave our corporeal bodies and be summoned to her side. Here, we wait for that day. We have not always lived here. We come from Luxarian, Yusnan, and other cities that have since been swallowed by the chaos. But then, as now, the Order rule the cities. They preach that the God of Light, their almighty Benevelza, should be worshipped above all other gods. We defied them, and so we were persecuted. Some of my brothers and sisters took up arms and fought back against the Order. However, I and others like me abhorred the violence, so we came out here, seeking a peaceful sanctuary.
Only the one chosen by the
The winds that howl around Polta wear down everything that stands before them. Buildings, rocks, they all disappear sooner or later. These patterns on the rock, they too shall be worn away. What do you see there? To me, they look like ancient writing. Once, in ancient times, a beautiful building stood on this spot. Inside that temple, there should be other writings, protected from the ravages of the wind. Or so I believe. But none of us can enter the temple, so I cannot be certain. So I stand here instead to watch over the dying world and shine a dim light on its past.